What up? That's Hit Squad, and welcome back, guys. Here's your boy Sean.
And your girl Mel. Welcome, guys.
Welcome back, guys. We got Caitlin Clark, most heated moments. Okay. All right. So we found this inside the comment section. All right. Yes. So we appreciate you guys dropping it off. But first, go ahead and smash that like button and turn on that notification bell because we dropping daily, guys. All right. Here we go. Let's jump into it.
In the game of basketball, emotions run high, but few players channel that heat like Caitlin Clark.
Hey, CC.
When the game turns physical or the calls stop coming, her reaction is immediate. You see it in her face, hear it in her voice, and feel it in how hard she pushes back. These moments show the weight she carries and how hard she fights to win. These are Caitlin Clark's most heated moments, and each of them gets more intense than the last.
Kicking it out, Evans fakes the three, takes the two, and knocks it down.
Yeah, I don't think that hurt.
Let's begin with the moment that showed exactly how quickly things can escalate when Caitlin Clark is under pressure. Okay. On January 10th, 2024, in a matchup against the Purdue Boilermakers, she stepped onto the court with a focus that was impossible to miss. You could see it in her posture, in the precision of her movement, and in the way she scanned the floor. There was no need for words. Her intent was clear from the opening tip. But intensity like that doesn't always go unnoticed. Just seconds into the game, her teammate Kylie Feuerbach takes a clear shove, an obvious foul the referee chooses to ignore. Caitlin's reaction is instant. She screams in frustration, demanding the call. Instead, she gets a technical, no warning, no benefit of the doubt, just the price she pays for showing fire.
Met with some contact. Clark is upset. Teed up.
Yeah.
The latter part of the game.
Yeah, you could tell.
When treatment like that starts early, it sets a tone that only builds with time. And in Clark's case, that pressure doesn't fade, it stacks. But the pressure didn't let up after Purdue. It followed Caitlin Clark into every game. And on March 23rd, 2024, during Iowa's matchup against Holy Cross, it surfaced again. After a sharp steal in the backcourt, Clark raced down the floor looking to capitalize. But before she could make a move, she was met by a crowd of defenders. They swarmed her, using their size and physicality to force her off the ball. No foul was called, and with nowhere to go, frustration took over.
Early, it forces the defense to spread out. It opens it up for 22 to go to work. Clark with the steal.
Wow, she's nice.
Has it knocked loose. Working on the smaller defense.
They swarmed her.
Clark reacted on the spot, bouncing the ball off her head as voices from the sideline shouted for a technical.
Inside.
But this wasn't an isolated burst of emotion. It was the result of constant contact, relentless pressure, and calls that never came. And for Caitlin Clark, it was becoming part of the pattern. But that pattern didn't stop in college. It followed her straight into the pros. On July 17th, 2024, during a matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Dallas Wings, Clark once again found herself isolated and under pressure. With just 45 seconds left on the clock, she pushed the ball down the court, being the only player from her team in motion. But faced with a triple-team defense and no foul in sight, she tried to create something out of nothing. The play unraveled, and so did her patience.
But right now, they're just thinking about winning this ball game. Clark quickly gets it up court, then got it knocked away. Odyssey cradles it.
In the aftermath, she turned toward the sideline, picked up a water bottle, and launched it across the court. The frustration that had simmered for months boiled over once again.
Welcome back to Dallas. Caitlin Clark upset with herself.
And just when it seemed like the pressure couldn't get any heavier, it did. On February 25th, 2024, during a high-stakes matchup between Iowa and Ohio State, Caitlin Clark found herself in yet another heated moment, this time with guard J.C. Sheldon. Midway through the game, Clark was blatantly fouled. Sheldon grabbed her left hand right in front of the officials. Then came a second hit, all in the same sequence. Still, no whistle, no call.
No whistle?
With 7:36 to play in the fourth, and she hasn't shot the ball
That's a
well.
foul.
Scramble.
That is
Tied
a
up.
foul if I've never seen one in my life.
Sheldon.
That's a foul.
Moments like these take a toll. Getting hacked on back-to-back plays and hearing nothing from the whistle only adds fuel to the frustration that's been building all season. But it wasn't the last time Clark would clash with someone who wasn't afraid to get physical. On June 1st, 2024, during a WNBA matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese hit a boiling point. Reese, already known for bringing extra heat whenever Clark is involved, delivered a hard shove using her arm and elbow that sent Clark to the floor.
Ooh, she's
Kicking it out. Evans fakes the 3, takes the 2,
Ooh,
and knocks it down.
Elbow.
50-50?
50-50.
What the?
That's not a box out. That's an elbow.
The contact
That's
may
an
have looked like a
offensive
simple foul on a rebound, but in real time it was anything but subtle. The refs let it go. The crowd reacted, and Reese made sure to top it off with taunting that only escalated the tension. Moments like this have become part of Clark's WNBA experience, taking hits, staying on her feet, and responding not with words but with her game. And with every push, she pushes back harder. But physical battles weren't the only thing testing Clark's patience. Sometimes it was the officials who pushed her to the edge. On January 10th, 2024, during Iowa's game against Purdue, Clark pulled off one of the most difficult shots in basketball, a clean half-court buzzer beater. According to a study published in the Journal of Sports Science, there's only about a 1 in 100 chance of sinking one. It should have been a highlight, but instead it was waved off.
Her field goal percentages actually go up.
The ref called a foul on Clark just before she released the ball, nullifying what could have been one of the most impressive moments of the season. She was already mid-motion, deep into her shot, but it didn't matter. The play was erased, and Clark's frustration boiled over.
No way. No way. You gotta count that. She was shooting.
Moments like these only added to the growing tension. She wasn't just battling defenders, she was fighting for fairness and sometimes for recognition. But missed calls weren't just frustrating, they soon became a routine. On May 20th, 2024, during a game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin Clark found herself in yet another no-win situation. First, she was clearly bumped on the drive. Then, as she lost control of the ball, her arm was grabbed. Two obvious fouls, and the officials let both go without a whistle.
That's not right.
Here she just loses the handle. Alyssa Thomas able to come up with it.
This time, Clark didn't hold it in. She turned to the referee, visibly furious, and let her frustration out loud and clear.
Takes the foul there, which you can't do. That's a big difference from college to the pros.
Lip readers had no trouble catching what she said. There was no sugarcoating it. Clark had reached her limit.
Let's take a look.
And it's this kind of treatment that consistently fuels Caitlin Clark's heated moments on the court. One of the most explosive came on August 18th, 2024, during the Indiana Fever's game against the Seattle Storm. After missing a shot, Clark's frustration boiled over. She slapped the backboard padding out of anger, and immediately, the whistle blew. She was hit with a technical foul for being disrespectful to the game.
No way.
After that foul call on
that is petty.
Aaliyah, but this one I think is
that's petty.
And just when it seems like she might catch a break, there's always another moment waiting to test her. On May 30th, 2024, during a game between the Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm, Caitlin Clark had just hit a 3 and was jogging back on defense when Victoria Vivians delivered a forearm straight to her chest. Up until that point, Clark had worked hard to stay composed through the chaos. But for many fans watching, this felt like the moment when everything boiled over, and enough was finally enough.
Comes off a stagger on the weak side, but she comes off a pin down here, wide open.
Victoria Vivians, an old Indiana.
This time, she wasn't alone. Her teammates stepped in, defending her, making it one of the few moments where the weight didn't fall entirely on her shoulders. But Clark's battles don't stop at the buzzer. Off the court, she faces constant scrutiny, uneven treatment, and a steady wave of criticism, often simply for being one of the brightest stars in the league. The pressure to stay composed never disappears. You can see her trying to hold it in, likely under constant pressure to look composed and stay professional. Even her own father has been seen stepping in, asking her to dial it back.
But if they're open, she will find them. Martin commits the foul.
Look at that.
Clark thought
Still, there are times when the pressure becomes too much to contain. And in those moments, Caitlin Clark shows exactly what she's made of. With the spotlight on her every move, tough defense is expected. Sometimes it crosses the line, sometimes it feels intentional. But what sets her apart is not just her skill, it's how she responds when everything around her reaches a breaking point. She doesn't back off, she locks in. The energy changes, the crowd leans forward, and suddenly, the game shifts in her favor. That's exactly what makes Caitlin Clark truly unforgettable. If you enjoyed these moments as much as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which one had you shouting at the screen.
Absolutely.
See you in the next one.
That was a great video. All right, there we go, guys.
In the game of basketball,
my thoughts on this is CC is a good basketball player, and people want to intimidate her and like bully her and like push her around, and and she's a beast. And I think people was like a little jealous of her talent. Wow. Because when she came in the WNBA, she changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially for the Indiana Fever. The ticket sales went up.
Yeah.
And it's like people in the leagues, like, when they came in the league, the sales didn't go up. So I think it's like a jealousy type thing. We're gonna bully her. We're gonna push and shove her
She's
around.
Being hazed,
basically.
Yeah, most definitely.
And
we all can see it clear as day.
Yes, and she's little.
hazed.
She's small. She got to be like what, like $140, soaking wet. Like she's not she's small.
That's sad.
Why do they want to bully her?
It's kind of hard to watch.
It really is.
It's hard to watch her being bullied, all the unfair calls and
right. And it's not fair. It's not fair. But
and then they didn't give her what was supposed to be something so incredible. She made that shot, but you're gonna foul her like that?
That was an intentional foul. They was trying to foul her before she shoot the ball, but she was in the act of shooting.
The ball was
shot. The ball was up in the air, and it went in, and it was almost like half court shot. Her range, she got some range, but
she does.
One thing I can tell, and I see, she do not back down.
She's not supposed
She's
to.
not backing down from these ladies.
She knows she's the best. One of the
she's definitely one of the best.
She's the best. She has to be in your top 3. Okay.
Yeah.
She's there. She's that girl. And unfortunately, you have people who don't want her to be in her spot. So they're trying to bully her because deep down inside, they know who she is.
Right.
Caitlin is that girl.
Yeah. Like, when you got one of the best basketball players in the world, which is LeBron James, in your corner, that says a lot.
Absolutely.
That says a lot. And she's not going to be bullied. She's not going to back down. As you can see, she can get heated just as well as everyone else. Mm-hmm. But I don't want her to get frustrated and then she get out of her game. That's the thing.
Okay, like they're trying to play her out of position.
Yeah, they want to take her out of her game.
Take her mind somewhere else.
Yeah, because
get her head out of the game.
If she's too upset, she might get a turnover. She might get a technical foul, and then.
So we see what they're doing.
It's like a strategy.
Yeah.
Let's try to get in her head. If we get her, we can win.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't play into that.
Yeah, so that's all in basketball. You got to know when people trying to get into your head, you got to block that and keep playing your game. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what they're doing.
That's
the strategy they're using.
That's a strategy right there. All right. So guys, we're going to stay right here in this rabbit hole. CC, yes, we definitely got to stay right here in this rabbit hole.
That's how people do. When they know who you are, they know you're that girl.
Yes.
They will attack you. You will be the one who get attacked the most.
Yeah.
And that's why she's being attacked like this, because they know.
She got a target.
She's the face. She
got
has
a target
that
on the
fire.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, if they can get her, they got the whole team. You know what I'm saying? So that is. Guys, go ahead and smash that like button. Get this video a big fat thumbs up. And also get inside the comment section. Hey, we appreciate the love and support, guys. All right? We thank y'all for watching. We signing off. Peace, love, and blessings. Y'all be safe.
Peace, guys. Peace.